To prove that ghosts and humans can also have children, I directly pinned a female ghost empress against the wall and made her my wife. Simply because this real world will soon connect with a supernatural game. Countless ghosts will descend upon this world, and countless humans will be buried here. Players who have played the supernatural game all know that ghosts can sign contracts. And after signing a contract, one can gain powerful abilities. That female ghost empress not only possessed extraordinary strength, but her ability was even more heaven-defying. She could infinitely reproduce ghosts. In my previous life, I also contracted with a few decent ghosts. However, during an exploration for a fortuitous encounter, I was ambushed by my girlfriend, Lu Ruyan, and my good brother, Li Shuai, through my orbit, causing me to be devoured by 10,000 ghosts, in agony and wishing for death. Baichen will surely avenge this hatred. At this, I suddenly awoke, finding myself in a simple rented room. I quickly took out my phone and checked the time. The year 2023, February 2nd. There was still one day until the ghosts descended. I must seize every opportunity. Suddenly, a sharp pain came from my eyes. Enduring the pain, I came to the mirror and discovered that my left eye was actually a ghost eye. It was the mysterious ghost eye from the secret realm before. My reflection in the mirror had a left eye emitting a pitch-black aura. This ghost eye had actually merged with my body and reincarnated with me. Just then, a piece of information suddenly appeared in my mind. This eye is named the Reincarnation Ghost Eye. Its rank is unknown, and it possesses extremely heaven-defying abilities. Reincarnation can take the contractor through the past. Wheel Go can peek into the past information of ghost houses. Rotation can create illusions to control enemies. Wheel Hub. All things are subject to the heavenly Dao cycle of reincarnation, and the cycle of cause and effect, leading people directly to be devoured by the heavenly Dao. These four abilities are each more freakish than the last. It seems this ghost eye brought me back to the past. Now I must seize the time. Tomorrow, that mysterious online game will appear. Only those who purchase the game helmet can enter the game. And only by entering the game can one acquire ghosts. By subduing ghosts and signing contracts, one can engage in combat, and thus become powerful. I remember in my previous life, every 2.5 months after the game launched, all players would leave the Novice village and enter the 10 great ghost cities. This game actually merged with Earth, integrating with it. Instantly, countless ghosts were born on Earth. Earth's weapons were no match at all, and those who entered the ghost game early under the leadership of this group were able to survive. The next day, I immediately bought the helmet as quickly as possible and entered the game. The guidance told me there was a special fortuitous encounter in the Novice village. I had to seize the time. Returning home, I immediately put on the helmet and started the game. A dazzling light appeared in front of me. From behind me, an old voice said, "Young man, could you please do me a favor?" I saw the old man looking at me. He was none other than the No. For Novice Village Chief. Every player could receive a preliminary quest from the village chief. After completing the quest, players could obtain a ghost. But it should be noted that all players could generally only contract with 6 ghosts. But there were exceptions to everything. In my previous life, there was one person who could possess countless ghosts, known as the Ghost King. Sorry, but this time, I'm here to snatch away his fortuitous encounter. Ghost Empress, I'm here. Opening the map, I headed straight for a castle-like marker, and that female Ghost Empress was inside. Not only was she stunningly beautiful and of extremely high aptitude, but her abilities were also incredibly powerful. At this moment, I stood before the castle, looking at the dark and grand door. I pushed the door open and entered. What appeared before my eyes was a beauty with eyebrows like flowing flowers, skin like white snow, stunningly beautiful, and possessing a charm that would eclipse the moon and shame the flowers. This beauty was enough to captivate all beings. At this moment, my left eye pulsed intensely, and instantly, My eye turned into a black, circular, eerie eye. It was none other than the reincarnation ghost eye. A piece of information instantly appeared in my mind. Empress after eye ghost. Aptitude, SS rank. Ability, after combining with a member of the opposite sex, she can continuously reproduce ghost offspring. Ghost offspring's aptitude will not be lower than A rank, and their abilities are random. Ghost offspring are absolutely obedient to the mother, and the mother can use the abilities of her own ghost offspring. Empress after eye ghost. Once contracted, she shares her soul with her partner, unwavering until death. Upon the throne, the Empress after eye ghost had already opened a pair of exquisitely beautiful eyes, staring at me with an icy, bone-chilling expression. I hadn't expected this Empress to actually wake up. Hello, my lady. From the first moment I saw you, I deeply fell in love with you. If I had to put a time limit on my love, I hope it would be 10,000 years. As I spoke, I walked step by step towards the Empress after eye ghost. I thought triumphantly to myself, "You've been charmed by me, haven't you? Scumbag. Go to hell." The Empress after eye ghost was about to extend her sharp claws and strike at my heart. I instantly froze, but an idea flashed in my mind. Screw it. I'll take a gamble. I used a flash skill, dodged the attack, and then kissed the Empress after eye ghost. My hands tightly embraced the Empress after eye ghost's body, preventing her from escaping. But she seemed to be stunned silly, letting me kiss her wildly. So cold, so soft. Just like that, the entire castle instantly became quiet. Only the sound of kissing remained. After more than 10 minutes, I couldn't hold on any longer and released the Empress after eye ghost's lips. I almost died from kissing a female ghost. No one would believe this if I told them. At this moment, the Empress after eye ghost's face was flushed crimson. I saw the Empress after eye ghost shyly glance at Bai Chun, and shyly say, You've taken my first kiss. So you must take responsibility for me." I looked at the Empress after eye ghost with an excited expression, nodded at her, and said, "Good. From now on, you are Bai Chen's wife." Then, a soft white light surged from the Empress after eye ghost's body and shot into mine. Ding dong. Empress after eye ghost wishes to sign a soulmate contract with you. Do you accept? After signing this contract, you will become true partners, unwavering until death. Empress after eye ghost will unconditionally believe and trust you, becoming your most loyal wife. I didn't hesitate for a moment, and immediately said, "Accept contract." Ding dong. Congratulations. You have successfully contracted with Empress after eye ghost, becoming the first player in this game to contract a ghost. You will receive a special reward, Ghost Aptitude +1 level. Congratulations. Your ghost, Empress after eye ghost, has had her aptitude raised to SSS rank. Name Empress after eye ghost. Aptitude, SSS rank. Type, rule-based. Level 10. Loyalty 100. Abilities after eye ghost lineage. After combining with a member of the opposite sex, she can continuously reproduce ghost offspring. Ghost offspring's aptitude will not be lower than A rank, and their abilities are random. Soulmate, Empress after eye ghost is completely love-struck. Ghost offspring also have absolute obedience to her partner, and her partner will gain one ability from each ghost offspring. Love transmission, the love-struck Empress after eye ghost, for the sake of her partner, comprehended a special ability. She can temporarily transfer all of her power to her partner. These 3 freakish abilities. I ask, in this life, who can still resist my ha-ha-ha, such tempting abilities? If I don't get intimate a bit more with Empress after eye ghost, then I would truly be letting down this heaven-defying ability. My eyes burned with passion as I looked at the Empress after eye ghost's exquisite face, who was shyly looking at me. I couldn't hold back any longer. Please imagine the rest yourself, hee. 2.5 hours later, I left the castle, feeling completely satisfied. The Empress after eye ghost had already transformed into a ghost tattoo, tattooed on the location of my heart. A ghost tattoo is a special mark that appears after a player and a ghost sign a contract. It can be tattooed on the player's body, and can appear or transform back into a ghost tattoo at any time, which is very convenient. The Empress after I Ghost told me that she was already pregnant and was nurturing ghost offspring. It would take a few days for the first ghost offspring to be born. Only then can the first ghost temple be born, I have to say. The Ghost Emperor's startled reaction and the speed of its production were astonishing. But this is even better. If it had to be a ghost born after 10 months of pregnancy, then the Ghost Emperor's ability wouldn't be SSS rank or the ability of a high-aptitude ghost. By this time, I had returned to the newbie village, which was already bustling with people. Seeing these people with their innocent and naive expressions, a hint of indifference flashed in my eyes. Although I knew that in 2 months, the apocalyptic supernatural online game would merge with Earth, I had long since stopped trusting anyone. I wouldn't tell anyone about this. Never underestimate human nature. I approached the village chief, Old Ghost, and said to him, "Village chief, I'm here to collect a quest." Old Ghost raised his face, which was covered in black spots, and subtly glanced at Lin Howren's chest. Then, looking at Lin Howren, he said, "Young man, it's you. There are 3 difficulty levels of quests here. Which difficulty do you want to take on?" Without even thinking, I immediately said to Old Ghost, "Newbie ghost-catching quests are divided into 3 difficulty levels. Easy, arduous, and hard. The easy-level ghost-catching quests are the easiest, you just need to patrol. As long as you defeat a weak Kunkin ghost, or a ghost suppressor ghost, you can complete it. However, you can only contract these weak ghosts. Their aptitude is generally F rank. The arduous level ghost-catching quests require some strength and brains. The ghosts you contract from these generally have D rank aptitude. The hard-level ghost-catching quests are quite difficult. If you lack strength or brains, you definitely won't be able to complete the quest. Every ghost has a weakness. As long as you grasp their weakness, you can defeat the strong with the weak, conquer them, and subdue them. For example, the Ghost Emperor I just saw, his weakness is love, isn't it? As long as you apply the right solution, you can take him in and complete the hard-level ghost-catching quest. You will generally obtain a ghost with C rank or even B rank aptitude. A golden light flashed in Old Ghost's eyes. He asked me, "Young man, are you sure?" "I'm sure. To the west of the village, there's a small courtyard. Strange things often happen there. Some villagers have even gone missing there. Young man, please help me find out what kind of ghost is causing trouble. Catch it, and bring it back to me. Then you can complete the quest." Old Ghost finished speaking and then pulled out a small gourd from his person. This is a ghost-trapping gourd. If a ghost is weak or willing to enter, you can trap it inside. It's a good item. Ding dong. You have accepted the hard-level ghost-catching quest, the eerie courtyard. I then rushed non-stop with courage to the location. Finally, I saw the small courtyard Old Ghost had mentioned. This courtyard was quite large, very dilapidated, with many rotten ruins hanging by the gate. A gust of eerie wind swept through, scattering the leaves and dust inside the house. Jie jie jie. Just then, a chilling cry rang out from inside the house. In my previous life, I had seen all sorts of storms and challenges, so my expression remained unchanged. I walked step by step into the house. I saw a woman dressed in red clothes, her long hair covering her face, revealing only one eerie red eye. Her pupils stared greedily at me. It seemed she was the red-clothed female ghost. Ding dong. Help the red-clothed female ghost find the person who killed her to receive a hidden reward. My reincarnation ghost, I could even dig out hidden quests. But just then, the red-clothed female ghost suddenly launched an attack towards me. As the skill activated, a terrifying energy quietly emerged. The red-clothed female ghost's figure instantly froze in place. "I can help you find the person who murdered you." Hearing this, the red-clothed female ghost's blood-red eye pupils suddenly contracted. "Really? Really? If you trust me, then enter this gourd." Ding dong. Congratulations. You have completed the ghost-catching quest. Bring the red-clothed female ghost back to the village chief to claim your reward. I want the quest reward. And I want to claim the hidden reward too. First, from the information gathered from the female ghost, that man is lame. Second, the newbie village is like an island, surrounded by mist. People can't get out at all. Even players can only teleport out by completing the final trial quest. Only then can one teleport out. Therefore, the person who killed the red-clothed female ghost 10 years ago must be someone from this newbie village. When I returned to the newbie village, I found a child praying under a big tree. What are you doing here? The child glanced at me, then continued praying and said, My mother has been missing for a day. My father says my mother was killed by a ghost. But I don't believe it. Mother must still be alive. I'm praying for her to come back. At the same time, the game system sound rang out again. Congratulations. You have triggered a quest. Find the child's mother. The child's mother disappeared in the north of the village. You can go explore over there. I didn't expect my luck to be so good, actually triggering a hidden quest. I then smiled and said to the child, I will help you find your mother, but let me ask you a question. Is there anyone in the village who is lame? The child paused slightly at my words. Uncle Tai seems to be lame. He lives alone. I arrived at the blacksmith shop. A lame man was swinging a large iron hammer. Sir, would you like to buy a weapon? I'm not buying a weapon. I'm looking for the family of 3 from the small courtyard on the west side of the village. Hearing this, the lame man instantly dropped the iron hammer in his hand onto the floor. Seeing the man's reaction, I was basically certain that this old man in front of me was the one. 10 years ago, you must have also used this iron hammer to bludgeon that girl to death. Didn't you? The lame old man heard these words and looked at me with a shocked expression. Don't spout nonsense here. Evidence? This is the evidence. I directly opened the ghost-trapping gourd. The moment the red-clothed female ghost appeared, she immediately lunged towards the lame man. Instantly, tragic screams echoed from inside the house. I stood outside quietly waiting. Just then, a sound came from behind me. I turned around to look at the red-clothed female ghost. The female ghost was holding a bead in front of me. Ding dong. Ghost embryo and ghost house effect. Using a ghost embryo on ghosts with aptitude below S rank can raise their aptitude by up to 2 levels, but it will not exceed S rank. In my previous life, a ghost embryo and ghost house would definitely have countless people fighting over them like mad. Now, everyone thinks these ghost houses and similar items are just a bunch of data. In my previous life, a tycoon spent $1 million just to buy an S-rank ghost, becoming a small news item on the game forum at the time. It seems the real-world arrangements also need to begin. First, I need to find money, then acquire ghost items and ghost essence. The red-clothed female ghost also transformed into a streak of light and entered the ghost-trapping gourd. The resentment in her heart had been resolved. Hidden quest complete. Time to go back and claim the reward. In the village square, Old Ghost was still surrounded by many players. All of them had completed quests and were looking for Old Ghost to claim their quest rewards. I handed the ghost-trapping gourd to Old Ghost. Congratulations on completing the hard-level ghost-catching quest. Congratulations on successfully contracting the sword ghost. I felt a sword mark appear in my mind, which was the symbol of my contract with the sword ghost. However, the contracts that ordinary players sign with ghosts are all equal contracts. If you abuse the ghost, its loyalty will decrease, and that would be very dangerous. I remember in my previous life, quite a few players were backfired upon by their own strange entities. However, these equal contracts could be dissolved at any time. This was a sword ghost, commonly seen carrying a sword, that appeared beside me. Sword ghosts possess incredibly high swordsmanship, killing people without a trace. The surrounding players looked at the handsome sword ghost beside me, casting envious glances. Wow. So handsome. What kind of ghost is that? The difference is too huge when you compare them. This kid's luck is too good. The people around said, you took on an easy-level ghost-catching quest. He probably took on a hard-level one. That's a quest no ordinary person can complete. Alright? Maybe this kid is lucky. I just faintly glanced at them, not bothering with these people. I was ready to leave. Afterward, I took out the track device I got from the red-clad female ghost and gave it to Jingu to improve his talent. Congratulations. Ding gong. Your Jingu's talent has been upgraded to S rank. Feeling the changes in my body, I clenched my fists. My body felt light yet full of power, but it's still too weak. The plan to purchase ghost essence with money must be put on the agenda. This way, I can quickly improve my own strength and that of my ghost. He was now going to undertake the quest for the little boy's missing mother. Passing through the small forest after coming out, I saw a small river. In the distance, there was a wooden bucket. It was the little boy's mother's bucket and clothes. The mother must have gone missing here. After walking for about 10 minutes, I arrived at a grotto, where the yin energy was oppressive. It was very eerie. Oil lamps were hanging on the grotto walls. Jingu and I walked along the eerie passage. Suddenly, Jingu also drew his arrow, seemingly sensing danger. Just then, a low roar came from deep within the grotto. This ghost seemed extraordinary. Passing through the long tunnel, we finally arrived at a spacious area. Ahead, a woman was tied to a stone pillar. She had already fainted. Beside the woman was a ghost creature covered in long black fur, resembling an ape. It turned out to be a level 5 ghost. However, this was a good opportunity to test Jingu's current strength. Jingu, kill it. Jingu heard the command, nodded, and gripped his auxiliary sword tightly in his right hand. His figure transformed into a streak of light. The long-furred black ape ghost swung its sharp claws and fiercely tore at Jingu. The long-furred black ape ghost's abdomen immediately showed a wound. Jingu was clearly a ghost of high speed and high attack. He nimbly dodged the long-furred black ape ghost's attack and seized the opportunity, continuously cutting open several bloody wounds on the long-furred black ape ghost's body. The long-furred black ape ghost let out an angry roar and surprisingly completely abandoned its defense. Jingu used Ghost Sword Slash. The sharp sword, infused with ghostly energy, trembled slightly, emitting a sword cry. It suddenly unleashed a strike towards the pouncing black ape ghost. The black ape ghost thus fell into a pool of blood. Its body turned into a black mist and vanished into the air, leaving behind a ghost essence shimmering with black light. A level 3 could instantly kill a level 5 ghost. Truly worthy of an S-rank talent ghost. I can't imagine how powerful the SSS rank talented nurtured queen ghost demon in my body must be. My wife in this life is SSS rank. Ha ha ha. I glanced at the ghost on my chest. The Ghost Empress was still nurturing her fetus within the ghost script. I wouldn't let the Empress out unless absolutely necessary. What if she gets upset and affects the fetus? I guess I'm also the father of this ghost child. I never thought that in real life. I haven't become a father, but after a few days in the game, I'm happily a dad. At this moment, as I had Jingu absorb the ghost essence, his level also reached 3, even close to level 5. After rescuing the woman from the stone pillar, I returned to the village. When I arrived at the village square, the little boy was still begging under the big tree. Little brother, your mother, your big brother has found her for you. Seeing this, the little boy quickly thanked me. Then he pulled out a bell from his pocket. True Ghost Bell. Effective against targets below level 20. The lower the level, the longer the ghost monster is affected. Ghost item information, a burial object from a tomb which, after being nurtured by a ghost artifact, became a ghost item. It was accidentally acquired by the little boy. Seeing this, my pupils suddenly contracted. What surprised me wasn't the C-rank ghost item. Little brother, can you tell big brother where you found this bell? The little boy heard this, paused slightly, then pointed towards the back mountain of the village. Keep walking along this path towards the back mountain, and you'll find it on a small hillside. I understand. Thank you, little brother. Through the information from my Samsara ghost eye, I determined that there must be a tomb on this back mountain, and there's a high probability of other ghosts inside. It was now 8 in the evening. My real-world body was already very hungry. Moreover, staying in the game for too long would have a significant impact on both body and mind. After all, this was a game connected to the mental brain region. If I didn't come out for a long time, my body could easily develop problems. Real-world events, as soon as I took off my gaming helmet, my stomach immediately let out a hungry growl. Let's go eat something first. After eating my fill, I logged back into my account. I left a post on the official forum, Beginner Village No. 4. Unlimited purchase of ghost essence, ghost items, and ghost castles. Then I wrote down my ID in the post content. After doing all this, I washed up and went to sleep to get enough rest. Only then could I continue fighting in the game tomorrow. On the 4th day, I woke up early. I ate a large bowl of beef noodles with a few eggs. I was now considered a millionaire. After all, I should eat well. After finishing my hearty breakfast, I immediately returned to my rented apartment, put on my gaming helmet, and entered the apocalyptic supernatural online game. I opened the friend request interface. Immediately, I saw a pile of friend requests. This must be because of my forum post. But when I saw the messages in these people's friend requests, I was speechless. Big brother, take your little sister with you. I'm single. Boss, you're really rich. I'm very obedient. Damn, it's either green tea girls or gay men. Some even called me daddy. But thankfully, I still received 2 good pieces of information. One of them was, hello, brother. You need ghost essence, right? We have quite a bit of ghost essence right now. You name a price and a location, and we can trade anytime. This was a friend request from someone with the nickname Gold Farmer No. 1. I accepted the friend request and immediately sent him a location. Brother, I'll be right there. I was also in the village. Before long, 5 men arrived. The leader was a robust man around 30 years old, with a crew cut. He should be Gold Farmer No. 1. Hello, Gold Farmer No. 1. Your brother Lu Dao, right? Then let's get straight to the point. How much ghost essence do you have, and from what level ghosts did it drop? I don't need level 1. Generally, ghost essence below level 3 has very little effect on ghosts and players. Level 1 ghost essence, even 1,000 might not be enough to raise one's level by 1. I and Jiangu are currently both level 4. Ghost essence dropped by level 1 ghosts has very little effect on me and Jiangu. It already has very little effect. Level 2 is barely usable. Brother, don't worry. It's all level 2 ghost essence. Last night, our studio brothers farmed all night. Currently, we have a total of 255 level 2 ghost essences. Level 3 ghost essence is a bit less. Only 10. Our level is only level 2. And level 3 ghosts are too strong. We can't really farm them. Upon hearing this, my eyes lit up. The quantity is quite a lot. I felt a little happy inside, but said calmly, okay, you name a price. If it's suitable, I can take all of it. And I'll take all the ghost essence your studio gets in the future. We can cooperate long-term. Gold Farmer No. 1's eyes flashed with joy, and he exchanged glances with the others beside him. Since Brother Lu Dao is so straightforward, I won't dawdle either. How about this? Level 2 ghost essence for 20 yuan each. Level 3 ghost essence for 30 yuan each. A total of 5,400 yuan. After Gold Farmer No. 1 finished speaking, he looked at me somewhat anxiously. Earning 400 yuan in one night. Their studio has 5 people, so each person can get 80 yuan. This for their newly established gold farming studio. Earning 1,000 per person per day was already a very good achievement. Good, no problem. How do we trade? Gold Farmer No. 1 and the other 4 saw that I readily agreed, and their faces immediately broke into smiles. Brother Six Paths, do you think this works? It's everyone's first transaction, so no one trusts each other. Let's trade in batches. I shook my head. I glanced at him and said faintly, send your card number to me, and I'll directly transfer 500 to you. Then you just give me the ghost essence. I prefer things straightforward. I myself, carrying 2 million in huge funds, wouldn't even care about a mere 5,000 plus. All right, brother, you're generous. I'll send you my bank card number right away. I then transferred 5,400 to that card number. After the first gold farmer confirmed the transfer had arrived, he immediately took out from his system backpack a pile of ghost essence and handed them over. This is truly too much, brother. Thank you. This is our studio's first pot of gold. Don't worry, Brother Six Paths. We'll reach level 3 very soon. Then we'll immediately farm level 3 ghosts for you. The first gold farmer said excitedly to Lin Haoran. Good. If there are any other good items, you can always come find me. I found a spot and summoned Jian Gui. Immediately after, I distributed the purchased ghost essence to him. As Jian Gui absorbed all of it, its level simultaneously reached level 5. But at the same time, in the village, a huge ding-dong sound suddenly rang out in the sky. The sound announced, 20 million players levels have all reached level 2 or above, opening the world level leaderboard, Ghost House leaderboard, Ghost Quality leaderboard, and opening the regional chat channel and world chat channel. 2 continuous, deafening sounds rang out in the skies of all newbie villages, shocking all players in the game. Ding dong. Congratulations. You have entered the level leaderboard, Ghost House leaderboard, and Ghost Quality leaderboard. Player, do you wish to hide your ID? Yes. I opened the leaderboards. First was the level leaderboard. Currently, the top spot was none other than myself. First place, hidden nickname level 5. Second place, Miyamoto Musashi level 5. Third place, King Arthur Caesar level 5. Fourth place, Emperor level 5. Fifth place, Handsome Overlord level 4. Seeing these familiar names again, a ripple couldn't help but stir in my heart. Miyamoto Musashi is a player from that trash country, Japan. In my previous life, he wielded an SS rank ghost house, Muramasa Demon Island, and slaughtered countless powerful ghosts, becoming the strongest ghost master of the island nation. King Arthur Caesar is the strongest player from the USA. In my previous life, he was also an absolute top-tier ghost master. Emperor is one of the top powerhouses among Dragon Country players. In my previous life, he established the Heavenly Court Settlement, which became a place countless humans yearned for. As for the fourth place, Handsome Overlord, a cold killing intent flashed in Lin Howren's eyes. He is Li Shuai. In my previous life, I offended Li Shuai over a small matter. As a result, I was put on his blacklist. This person is narrow-minded, extremely lustful, and extremely vengeful. He kills whoever he dislikes. If it weren't for his immense strength, he would have been killed countless times already. Li Shuai, soon I will let you experience what it means to be worse than dead. Then I clicked open the Ghost Quality leaderboard. As expected, my wife and Jiangui occupied the top 2 spots. First place, SSS rank Empress Ghost King, that's mine. Second place, S rank Jiangui, also mine. Third place, S rank Tengu Ghost. Contractor, Miyamoto Musashi. Fourth place, Evil Bone Ghost Dragon. Contractor, Indian Asan. Fifth place, Dao Army Ghost. Contractor, Emperor. Sixth place, Oxhead Ghost. Contractor, Yama King. Among 20 million players, currently only 4 people possess S-rank quality ghosts. This shows how rare high-quality ghosts are. Not to mention my own SSS rank quality wife, directly like a sun on the quality leaderboard. I remember in my previous life, even when SSS rank ghosts invaded reality, only 2 people in the entire world possessed them. One of them was the Dragon Country player Demon King, who obtained the SSS rank ghost item, Smuffy Roof. This ghost house, Smuffy Roof, had an incredibly heaven-defying effect. It could refine ghosts and condense them into pills. One type of these pills could enhance a ghost's quality. Demon King relied on the heaven-defying Smuffy Ghost Tomb to refine countless ghosts, and forcefully raised one of his own ghosts to SSS rank. And this roof was stored in the Modu Museum. After the game invaded reality, this roof, with thousands of years of history, after being nurtured by ghost whales, directly transformed into an SSS rank ghost house. Instantly, a hint of greed flashed in my eyes. I must get my hands on this roof. Meanwhile, as soon as the open world chat channel was activated, it immediately exploded. The most sensational thing was still my SSS rank quality Empress Ghost King. Then I summoned the Empress Ghost King. Looking at the stunningly beautiful Ghost Empress, I directly pulled her into the room for intense activity. Please imagine the rest. Ever since the quality leaderboard opened, the world chat channel became incredibly lively. The most sensational thing was still my SSS rank quality Empress Ghost King. Some arrogant players directly expressed that they couldn't accept it and wanted to report me for cheating. Meanwhile, on the other side, I also received a very useful piece of information. A player with the nickname Fatty, I'm very thin, sent a friend request message with the message, "Brother, I found a hidden quest, but you need to be level 5 to accept it. I'm currently only level 2, so I can't accept it. If you're level 5, you can find me, and we can complete this hidden quest together. But you have to give me money." I then directly clicked to accept the friend request. Then I sent him a message, "I'll give you 1,000 yuan. If that works, we'll do the quest together. If not, then forget it." Not long after, I received a message notification. Alright. Deal. Brother. Where are you? I'll come find you. I sent him my location. Not long after, Fat Man, a ball-like fat man, came trotting over. The fat man, with a smile on his face, said to me, "Are you Brother Six Paths? What level are you now? Are you level 5? That NPC won't let us accept the quest." I replied indifferently, "I'm level 5. The fat man was immediately startled. He blurted out, "Holy crap, brother, you're amazing. Could it be that you're the one in first place on the level leaderboard?" Level 5 players were already on the leaderboard, but the fat man didn't remember the leaderboard having a nickname called Six Paths. The only explanation was a hidden nickname. Then the card number was sent over. "I'll transfer the money to you now." Alright, big boss, you're generous." The fat man was instantly surprised, not expecting such straightforwardness. He hurriedly sent the card number. After the fat man received the money, he was instantly filled with a wave of surprise and joy, not expecting this game to be so easy to make money in. "Now you can take me to accept this hidden quest." I looked at the fat man and slowly said, "Alright, big boss. Follow me." He led me through the village square and into the village. In a corner of the street, there was an old beggar. He was begging there. The fat man took a flatbread from his system backpack. He handed it to the old beggar and said, "Old grandpa, I'm back again. This time I brought help. He's really awesome. He can help you complete your request." After the old beggar heard this, his cloudy eyes glanced at me. Then he nodded and said, "You certainly have some strength. Then I'll tell you. Actually, I wasn't originally from this village. I'm from Bien Village. One night, everyone in Bien Village died, except for me. That night, everyone in the village died. A part of the villagers seemed to be possessed, biting anyone they saw, and literally biting other villagers to death. They even frantically gnawed on the corpses. My grandson and my old wife also died. Only I escaped the calamity and fled. Eventually, I came to this village. I want you to go to Bien Village to find out the truth. And then kill the ghostly thing behind it all. Avenge my grandson and my old wife. If you complete the quest, your reward will surely satisfy you. I accept this quest." Ding dong. Congratulations. You have accepted the hidden quest, the truth of Bien Village. Find the truth behind the annihilation of Bien Village. And find the hidden enemies. Eliminate them to complete the mission. Let's go. We'll set off now. Hey, so fast? Big boss, wait for me. Fatty was startled. He quickly followed. Following the route the old beggar described, they walked north for about 20 minutes. After crossing a small hill, they finally saw a dilapidated village. Eerie black mist filled the air. Crows, one by one, were on the dead trees, letting out chilling caws. Fatty couldn't help but shiver. He said, somewhat scared, "This game is too realistic, big boss. I feel this village is too eerie. How about we go back and find more people? That way, our chances of completing the mission will be much higher." Fatty whispered cautiously to me, "If you're scared, you can go back. I can do it alone." Fatty was instantly left speechless. This guy is number 1 on the level leaderboard. He must have something up his sleeve, right? I'll follow him for now. If things go south, I'll run immediately. As soon as they entered the village, a strong stench of decay immediately filled the air. It was the stench of human corpses. In his previous life, he had smelled the scent too often. They saw severely decomposed bodies lying by the roadside. Their internal organs had been gnawed away by something. Damn it! Won't this game really get banned? They even release graphics like this? Isn't this just disgusting? Fatty couldn't help but complain. I ignored Fatty. Fatty saw that I had already walked far ahead, and was startled, quickly following. When they reached a small square, crunch, crunch, an eerie sound came from a nearby house. Sounded a bit like gnawing on bones. "Boss, there's something inside." Fatty, with a face full of fear, pointed at the house behind him. Immediately, with a thought, the figure of Jian Gui instantly appeared before them. "Jian Gui, open the door and go take a look." Fatty saw the handsome Jian Gui and was instantly startled. Jian Gui, second on the ghost talent leaderboard. Holy crap, this is truly a super strong ally. Fatty also quickly summoned his own ghost to fight. A ghost completely covered in long hair appeared before their eyes. I used my ghost eye to scan it. Long-haired vengeful ghost. Level 2. Grade 1 aptitude. What's interesting is it has a decent ability, and it's a crowd control skill called hair entanglement. It can extend its hair to entangle enemies. Once its strength increases, it's a pretty good crowd controlling ghost for a team. Meanwhile, Jian Gui had already slowly opened the door. Instantly, a strong, foul stench wafted out. They saw a figure, emanating ghostly aura, frantically gnawing on a corpse. The figure's skin was black. It had black sharp claws, and the flesh on its face had already rotted, like a malevolent ghost. My ghost, I trembled slightly, and a piece of information instantly appeared in my mind. Name, Xianxia Ghost Servant. Aptitude, F. Type, physical. Level 4. Ability, summon kin. Ghost info. Villagers drank well water containing the blood of a stone lion ghost, and mutated into these stone lion ghost minions. These dead ghosts bite anyone they see, fighting to the death. They like to eat corpses. Their weakness is that during the day, their movements are relatively slow. Cutting off their heads will kill them. I was slightly surprised to see the information. This ghost actually reached level 4. No wonder it said this quest required level 5 to accept. A mere minor ghost has already reached level 4. One can imagine how high the level of the later bosses will be. Just then, the Xianxia Ghost Servant also noticed Jian Gui and others. It immediately let out an excited cry. Not good. It's calling its kin. Jian Gui, quickly deal with it. Cut off its head. Jian Gui's dark eyes flashed with a cold glint. A flash of light passed, and a head shot into the sky, then fell and rolled on the ground. This stone lion ghost servant was instantly beheaded by Jian Gui with a single strike. Its body turned into black mist and dissipated, leaving behind only a ghost essence. What a coincidence. Fatty, standing by, saw this scene and instantly gasped. One-shot kill. This truly shocked Fatty. Just then, from the surrounding houses, one after another, terrifying roars rang out. Immediately after, one by one, figures with rotting faces, the stone lion ghost minions, walked out of the houses with ferocious expressions. Big boss, let's run quickly. There are too many of these ghost things. Run? How can we run? We're already surrounded. We can only fight. But luckily it's daytime now. These stone lion ghost servants move relatively slowly. Then, from my system backpack, I took out a sharp Tang Dao-style weapon. This was something I borrowed from the limping old man's blacksmith shop. Fatty, you're responsible for commanding your ghost to entangle their movements. Leave the rest to me. Yes, big boss. Long-haired vengeful ghost. Quickly entangle them. The long-haired vengeful ghost immediately let out a ghostly wail from its mouth. Its long hair, like seaweed, swept towards these stone lion ghost servants, engulfing them. Entangle them, affect their movements. Jian Gui, let's go. Quick battle, quick victory. 1/1 gone. Heads fell one by one. Like a malevolent ghost, holding a sharp Tang Dao, my hand rose and fell, the blade mercilessly harvesting these entangled stone lion ghost minions. On the other side, Jian Gui was even more ferocious. His sword body was unseen. Only his sword shadow was visible. A flash of light passed, and heads fell. In an instant, in just a few minutes, heads and bodies separated, lying bloody on the cold ground. Fatty looked at the dense pile of corpses on the ground. Big boss is so fierce. A human just goes up with a knife and fights ghosts, and is even more awesome than the ghosts themselves. 1/1 kill. This completely refreshed his understanding of this game. He had always thought this game was about contracting ghosts to fight, and players just watched from the back. But he never expected players could be so strong. After the battle ended, collecting level 4 ghost essence was very useful for both Mai and Jian Gui's upgrades. A total of 35 ghost essences. These ghost essences were almost enough for me or Jian Gui to level up several times. Big boss, you're amazing. Fatty, with his long-haired vengeful ghost, trotted over. Fatty looked enviously at the ghost essences in by Chen's arms. But he didn't ask for a share, because he hadn't really exerted any effort. His damage was 0. He just let his long-haired vengeful ghost help with crowd control. Again, actually, he also wanted to cling to this powerful ally. I glanced at Fatty, and threw him a ghost essence. This is your reward. Give it to your ghost to eat. Level it up a bit. It might be useful later. Thank you, big boss. Fatty immediately bowed and thanked me profusely. He then immediately gave all these ghost essences to Jian Gui to absorb. Ding dong. Congratulations. Your Jian Gui's level has increased. Current level, 6. As expected, its level increased by 1. Hao Ran nodded in satisfaction. Then he continued deeper into the village. Just then, from a cattle pen, an eerie sound emerged. Gripping the Tang Dao tightly in my hand, I slowly walked towards the cattle pen with Jian Gui. Inside the cattle pen, they saw it was piled high with corpses. A strong bull, its entire body rotting, was frantically gnawing on human corpses. Even cows have become carnivores. These villagers never dreamed that the cows they raised would end up eating them. This massive bull, it directly ate even the human bones. The sound of bones being crunched rang out. The samsara ghost, I trembled slightly. A piece of information appeared in my mind. Name: Timely Ghost Ox Servant. Elite quality, physical type. Level 6 ability, Ox Head Charge. Sharp, hard ox horns. Charges frantically at enemies, causing huge damage. Ghost information, used well water containing Timely Ghost blood, and mutated into the Timely Ghost Ox Servant. Because it ate a large number of humans, it became even stronger. Its weakness is that during the day, its movements will slow down slightly. Cutting off its head will result in death. It turned out to be a level 6 elite ghost monster. Elite template. Monsters with this template will have stronger attributes than regular monsters. 2 ghost monsters of the same level, one with a normal template and one with an elite template, then the elite template monster can easily kill the normal template monster. Above the elite template is the boss tier, and then comes the elite boss, epic boss, legendary boss, abyssal boss, and god demon boss. The higher the template level, the more terrifying the ghost monster's strength. The ghost ox also noticed them, and immediately, a hint of red light flashed in its blood-red ox eyes. It let out a roar. Boom! 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 Its strong limbs were like iron pillars, charging over frantically. Jian Gui used Ghost Sight Slash. A powerful surge of ghost energy suddenly lit up on Jian Gui's body, instantly condensing into the sharp sword in his right hand. The terrifying energy made the sharp sword tremble for a moment, emitting a series of sword chimes. A cold glint flashed in Jian Gui's eyes. He swung out the ghost sword in his hand. The ghost sword, wrapped in thick ghost wails, in that instant landed on the ghost ox's head. The ghost ox let out a painful shriek. On its head, a wound deep enough to see the bone appeared, revealing the bones inside. Black blood splashed, but the ghost ox did not die. Instead, it was completely enraged. Its eyes gleamed with bloodlust and frenzied light. The ghost ox roared. A hint of cold glint flashed on its sharp, hard ox horns. Once again, it charged frantically towards Jian Gui. Relying on his agile movement technique, Jian Gui dodged the ox horn charge. Just as the ghost ox turned its head, wanting to charge again. Ding-a-ling. Just at this moment, a crisp bell sound suddenly rang out, making the ghost ox's mind suddenly go blank. A hint of bewilderment flashed in its eyes. I saw myself holding and shaking a bell in my hand. This was precisely the ghost house's true ghost bell. Jian Gui. Quickly. Kill it for me. Take its life now, while you have the chance. Jian Gui understood immediately. He immediately used Ghost Sword Slash again, directly striking the ghost ox's neck. The ghost ox's head was directly severed by Jian Gui with one slash. The enormous ox head fell onto the cold ground. Blood flowed all over the ground. Then, its body transformed into countless black gases and dissipated into the air, leaving behind a black ghost essence on the ground. The level 6 elite Timely Ghost Ox Putsong thus died in Jian Gui's hands. I picked up the ghost ox's ghost essence and directly threw it into my mouth. Ding dong! Congratulations! Your level has increased. Current level, 6. And in my ear, I also heard the system's prompt sound. As expected of an elite tier ghost monster, the energy within its ghost essence is indeed several times more than a normal tier ghost essence. Leveled up after eating just one. That's really great. I secretly thought to myself. Big boss, your bell. Could it be the true ghost bell from the ghost house leaderboard? This is too amazing. It can actually make this ghost thing lose its wits. That's truly awesome. Alright. Stop flattering me. I don't fall for that. Let's go. I feel like the final boss is about to appear. Then, taking Jian Gui, I continued to walk forward. Fatty immediately gave an awkward smile. He knew he had put his foot in his mouth with his flattery. He hurriedly took the long-haired vengeful ghost and followed along. I walked at the very front. The ghost energy here was already almost so dense it was turning black. There is definitely a powerful ghost monster existing here. It's the terrifying existence that caused Eagle Village to be wiped out. Big boss. It feels so eerie here. I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. Fatty looked around with a fearful expression, rubbing his arm. He couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. I didn't speak, constantly observing the surroundings vigilantly. This was a small plaza. In the middle of the plaza there was a large deep well. Presumably, everyone in the village drew water from here. Wait, well, water. I remembered the ghost information about the timely ghost servant. It seemed that the villagers used water containing timely ghost blood, and only then transformed into timely ghost servants. Villagers generally drank well water, so the timely ghost might be in the well. I slowly walked towards the deep well. When I reached the deep well, my pupils constricted. At this moment, the well water had already turned into a pool of blood. A thick bloody smell assaulted my nose, making me almost vomit my breakfast. This bloody smell made one feel nauseous. Just at this moment, the blood water suddenly bubbled up. Without a moment's hesitation, I immediately ran backwards. The blood water suddenly burst open, and a terrifying figure suddenly jumped out of the blood water. Countless red blood surged into the air, and a massive figure suddenly leaped out. His height was at least 2 meters. It was humanoid with a large mouth, revealing sharp fangs. A nail was still hammered into its heart, which was very terrifying. A thick bloody smell emanated from its body, making one nauseous. A pair of blood-red eyes were filled with bloodthirsty light, like an ogre. My ghost eye trembled slightly. A piece of information instantly appeared in my mind. Name: Ghoul Boss. Quality: 4. Type: Physical. Level 8. Ability: Bloodthirsty Frenzy. Activates bloodthirsty instinct, releasing powerful strength, increasing its own strength. But it will lose its reason. Weakness: Head. Cutting off its head will result in immediate death. Big boss. This is a level 8 boss. How do we fight this? Let's quickly run away. Let's find more people to gang up on it. Why run? As long as we defeat this 10 worlds ghoul, we can complete the mission. If you want to leave, then leave. I knew this mission was so dangerous. The mission reward must be very generous. If I could really complete this mission, what's the harm in dying once? Damn it. This is just a game. What the hell is there to be afraid of? Big boss. I'll fight too. At worst, I'll die once. Hee, although this fatty was timid, he did have a bit of backbone, but not much. Suddenly, the ghoul boss roared, raised its sharp claws and launched an attack towards me. Fatty, have your long-haired vengeful ghost provide support, creating trouble for the ghoul. Ideally, entangle it. No problem, big boss. The long-haired vengeful ghost used its long hair to entangle the ghoul boss. The ghoul boss, looking at the hair on its body, immediately had a hint of red light flash in its eyes. It roared, and with a shake of its hands, directly broke the entangled hair. Hair flew everywhere. The level difference was too great. The long-haired vengeful ghost's level was only 3, so it was difficult to have much effect on the ghoul boss. But it was already enough. Taking advantage of the time the ghoul boss's attention was diverted, I had already arrived behind the ghoul boss. My right hand's blade was aimed at the ghoul's body and slashed down with one strike. Immediately, the ghoul boss's body was cut with slashes of red and black fresh blood splashed. It wasn't over yet. Jian Gui moved up. A black sword light flashed. Jian Gui's ghost sword slash cleaved onto the ghoul's back. Immediately, blood splattered everywhere. The sword mark was deep enough to see bone. The ghoul boss immediately let out a painful roar. A hint of intense fury flashed in its eyes, turned its massive body. With a wave of its large hand, it directly sent Jian Gui flying. A pair of crimson eyes fixedly stared at me and Jian Gui. These two ants actually launched a sneak attack. Then, it immediately pounced towards Jian Gui. Grappling with Jian Gui, the situational ghost boss possessed astonishing power with every attack. I was suppressed by the situational ghost boss, reduced to only being able to passively defend, unable to attack. Damn it, it seems I have to use my trump card. I behind Ghost Queen. Come out. From the position of my chest, a ghost tattoo lit up with a dazzling black light, and immediately after, an exquisitely beautiful woman appeared before everyone. Her belly was slightly bulging, clearly pregnant with a ghost fetus. Fatty looked at the woman before him and was instantly dumbfounded. Holy crap. This female ghost is too beautiful. Husband. As soon as the Ghost Queen appeared, she immediately looked at me with a contented expression. Wife. Someone wants to kill your husband. Quickly. Help your husband kill him. I quickly pointed at the situational ghost boss that was about to arrive and shouted at the Ghost Queen. How dare you? The Ghost Queen's expression instantly changed from that of a delicate, love-struck girl to a cold, icy Ghost Queen. Bone-chilling cold air emanated from her body. She turned around, her beautiful eyes flashing with intense murderous intent. Looking at the stone lion ghost leopard, she said coldly, An ugly thing like you actually dares to try and kill my husband? You're looking for death. The Ghost Queen, despite her bulging belly, exuded a majestic aura of a queen. She transformed into a husband-protecting maniac. A powerful surge of energy suddenly erupted from her and shot towards the stone lion ghost leopard. The terrifying ghost energy directly struck the charging stone lion ghost leopard. Its massive body was actually blasted flying. My delicate wife, I never expected that when she fought, she would be so dominant, as expected of an SSSG-grade ghost of such caliber. Just then, the boss that had been blasted away by the Ghost Queen stood up again and let out an angry roar at the Ghost Queen. The situational ghost boss, after using bloodthirsty rage, had already lost its sanity. Now it no longer knew what fear was. In its mind, there was only one thought: to kill. It charged towards the Ghost Queen again. Wife. Attack its head. Its head is its weakness. The eye behind Ghost Queen, hearing herself called wife, immediately had a strong hint of love flash in her eyes. Her heart felt as sweet as if she had eaten honey. She replied, All right, husband. Then she turned her gaze to the stone lion ghost leopard. Her eyes instantly turned into 10,000-year-old cold ice. Bone-chillingly cold. Looking at the stone lion ghost boss, she said coldly, You cur. You're too much of an eyesore. Disappear. Next life. Remember to grow some eyes. As the eye behind Ghost Queen's words fell, a terrifying ghost energy suddenly erupted from her body. It quickly condensed into a blade of ghost energy. The ghost blade was like a sharp razor blade, and directly sliced across the situational ghost boss's neck. The boss's head thus fell onto the cold ground. Until its death, it didn't know how it had died, without a single premonition, without a single struggle. The stone lion ghost boss's body and head finally transformed into a black gas and dissipated. In the air, a larger ghost essence was left behind, along with a long nail. It was probably the one from the stone lion ghost's chest. It lay quietly on the ground. Husband. I've killed this ugly thing for you. After the eye behind Ghost Queen dealt with the stone lion ghost boss, her lofty demeanor instantly vanished. She transformed into a delicate beauty and pounced into my arms. Ding dong. Congratulations on completing the mission. The truth of Baying Village. Return to the old beggar to receive generous rewards. At this moment, the system's prompt also rang in my ears. My eyes still held a trace of shock as I looked at the eye behind Ghost Queen in my arms. A thought arose in my mind. The doctor said my stomach isn't good and told me to eat soft rice. It seems I have no choice but to eat this meal. I stretched out my hand and hugged the eye behind Ghost Queen and said with a smile, Wife, you're amazing. The eye behind Ghost Queen shyly whispered, Husband, you're amazing too. I understood the eye behind Ghost Queen's double entendre, but this was not the time for romance. There was also a third wheel beside us. I softly said to the eye behind Ghost Queen, Wife, you go back and rest. Don't disturb the fetal chi. The eye behind Ghost Queen knew I still had things to do, but she obediently nodded. She quickly gave me a kiss, then transformed into a black stream of light and drilled into my heart. Then I looked at the stone lion ghost boss's ghost essence. A smile appeared on my face. Just this piece of ghost essence can definitely allow myself or Jiangui to level up by one more level, or even 2 levels. After all, This is a boss template's dropped ghost essence. Its energy is much more concentrated than that of ordinary level 8 ghost essence. Then I used my Samsara ghost eye to look at the long nail beside me. Name, ghost slaying nail. Type, C-grade ghost artifact. Effect, possesses very strong lethality against ghosts. Drive this nail into a ghost's heart, and ghosts below level 10 will surely die. Ghost artifact info, the long nail that killed the situational ghost. After being nurtured by ghost energy, it became a ghost artifact. It's actually a C-grade ghost artifact, and its ability is quite good. Let's go. We completed the mission. Let's go back, I said to Fatty. Alright, boss. Wait for me. The way back was very smooth. In about 20 minutes, we had already returned to the village. Fatty and I returned to the old beggar. Then we told the old beggar the whole story. The old beggar immediately burst into tears. But at the same time, the system's prompt also rang in my ears. Ding dong. Congratulations on completing the mission. The truth of Baying Village. Ding dong. Congratulations on obtaining F-grade ghost essence. 6 auspicious times. Ding dong. Congratulations on obtaining B-grade ghost weapon. Ghost slaying sword. Ding dong. Congratulations on obtaining ghost treasure. Ghost charm essence. There's actually a B-grade ghost weapon. And it's a sword type. Coincidentally, Jian Gui's sword had cracked. With Jian Gui using this B-grade ghost sword, its strength will definitely increase by a large margin again. The most unexpected thing was that I actually obtained a ghost treasure. Ghost treasures are more rare than ghost artifacts. Ghost treasures don't have a level system, but often ghost treasures all possess some incredible abilities. I remember in my previous life, someone obtained a special ghost treasure, which could actually allow players to forcibly contract a ghost. And this ghost had no level restrictions. That is to say, even if this player was level 1, they could forcibly contract an 80-level ghost king. One can imagine the terrifying abilities of ghost treasures. But the stronger the ghost treasure, the harder the conditions for its formation. It's truly too rare. Boss. I'm rich. My reward was 10 pieces of level 3 ghost essence. And a C-grade ghost artifact. These rewards are too generous. Aren't they? Fatty ran excitedly to me. I just smiled and didn't speak. If I revealed my own rewards, I was afraid it would discourage Fatty. Although it was a team mission, rewards were also given based on individual contributions. All the damage dealt in this mission was from me, so my contribution was the greatest. Then I waved my hand at Fatty. We'll meet again if fate allows. Goodbye, boss. I checked the time, it was already evening. Then I directly logged off in the village. Returning to the real world, I immediately felt a pang of hunger in my stomach. So I put on my clothes and went downstairs to eat dinner. Then I had a peaceful night's sleep. The next morning, after eating breakfast, I immediately logged into the game without stopping. Back in the game, in the newbie village, I also checked the rewards I received for this mission, the ghost artifacts and ghost treasures I obtained as rewards. Name, ghost slaying sword. Type, B-grade ghost artifact. Effect, can cause a wound-tearing effect on ghosts, making them bleed continuously. Name, ghost charm scripture. Ghost treasure. Type, special ghost treasure. Effect, can be used on pregnant ghosts. Can greatly improve the ghost baby's aptitude and abilities, greatly shorten gestation time, and bestow the ghost baby with a powerful ability. This ghost treasure just happens to be usable by my wife. And looking at this ghost treasure's description, it seems extraordinary. Exactly how extraordinary it is, I'll have to wait until the ghost queen gives birth to this ghost baby to know. Then I directly put the ghost charm scripture into the ghost tattoo on my chest. I softly said to the eye behind ghost queen, "Wife, this is a ghost treasure to eat. After consuming it, it can make our child even stronger. And it can greatly shorten your secret time, too." Behind the ghost empress, the ghost mark emitted a black light, absorbing the ghost luck essence into it. A sweet voice rang in my ear. "Thank you, my husband." The beautiful figure of the ghost empress appeared before my eyes. Her mouth still held the ghost luck essence. She kissed me on the cheek, then leaned close to my ear and shyly said, "My husband, just wait a little longer. Our child will be born very soon. And then I can give myself to my husband." The ghost empress swallowed the ghost luck essence in one gulp, and immediately a brilliant black light emanated from her belly. "My husband, I feel it. Our child is about to be born. And he is very powerful." The ghost empress, with a look of surprise, touched her rapidly growing belly. I also smiled and nodded. In my heart, there was an inexplicable tightness, a mix of nervousness and anticipation. Is this what it feels like to be a father? Although I'm a ghost father, it doesn't seem bad. I thought to myself, feeling a bit strange. But just then, the Ghost Empress let out a scream. Immediately after, a dazzling black light burst from her belly, instantly enveloping the Ghost Empress. At this moment, Novice Village number 4 suddenly, dark clouds gathered, thunder rumbled, and thick layers of dark clouds covered the sky, with countless lightning flashes, like thunder dragons roaring. Boom, boom, boom. The heavenly thunder roared, as if welcoming something. In the village, the old ghost raised his head, his cloudy eyes looking at the sky, where dark clouds pressed down. As thunder rolled, a golden light flashed in his eyes, and he mumbled to himself, "It seems another extraordinary ghost general is coming." Just then, the dazzling black light slowly dissipated. The Ghost Empress's weak body leaned slightly against me. "My husband. This is our first child." I held the Ghost Empress, and nervously nodded. I looked at the black glowing sphere in the void. The sphere hummed. A ringing sound suddenly echoed. The black sphere instantly shattered, and a figure appeared before my eyes. A head of white hair, a tender face, but his eyes were exceptionally mature and steady. Raw, nascent lightning flickered around his body, like thunder snakes coiling around him. The little ghost, with his tender face, looked at me, then at the Empress. He immediately knelt on one knee and said to both of us, "Your child greets Father Emperor and Mother Empress." At this moment, my samsara ghost, I also obtained the information panel for my own ghost child. Name, Thunder Roar Ghost Army. Aptitude, SS rank. Type, Elemental rule-based. Level 5. Loyalty 100. Ability, Lord of Thunder Roar. Can naturally control the power of lightning and darkness. Immune to lightning and dark attribute attacks, and can absorb lightning and dark attribute energy to restore stamina and injuries. Judgment Spear. Gathers into a spear of thunder. Can be used as a melee weapon, or projected out at lightning speed to strike down enemies and the underworld domain. I sighed in shock, looking at my ghost son, who was kneeling on one knee before me. He actually had SS rank aptitude, and he was both an elemental and rule-based ghost, a dual type. This is simply invincible. Ha ha ha. Ding dong. Due to the ability of the Ghost Empress, you have randomly obtained one of your Ghost Child Thunder Roar Ghost Army's abilities. Ding dong. Congratulations. You have obtained Thunder Roar Ghost Army's Lord of Thunder Roar ability. Around my body, nascent electrical arcs suddenly appeared, along with ethereal, void-like darkness, enveloping my body. This is the power of the Lord of Thunder Roar. Child. Come. Get up quickly. Come over here and let Father Emperor and Mother Empress have a good look at you. The Ghost Empress said to Thunder Roar Ghost Army with a joyful expression. Yes, Mother Empress. Thunder Roar Ghost Army nodded obediently, stood up, and walked to Bai Chan and the Ghost Empress's side. The Ghost Empress immediately picked up Thunder Roar Ghost Army in her arms, and fiercely kneaded Thunder Roar Ghost Army's cute face. My husband, quick. Look, our child's face looks very much like yours. This face is so soft and squishy. It feels so good to knead. I let the Ghost Empress knead our son. Although he was a ghost. If this were an imperial family, he would be my eldest son, the future Ghost Crown Prince. And indeed, as the Ghost Empress said, Thunder Roar Ghost Army looked like me. From now on, you shall be called Thunder Roar. Thank you, Father Emperor, for bestowing this name. Afterwards, the Ghost Empress, due to her extreme weakness, returned to my body to rest. Little Thunder Roar also transformed into a black lightning ghost mark, tattooed onto my back. I summoned Sword Ghost, then took out the Ghost Slayer sword from the ghost house and handed it to Sword Ghost. When Sword Ghost saw this chilling Ghost Slayer sword, his eyes immediately lit up. Ding dong, your contracted ghost, Sword Ghost, has increased its loyalty to you by 100 points. As expected, swordsmen love swords. To win over a swordsman, the best method is to gift them a sword. And it must be a good sword. This aloof Sword Ghost has now completely submitted to my command. I am one step closer to revenge. I then took out the level 5 Ghost Essence from my backpack, as well as the Ghost Essence from the actual Ghost Boss. I directly gave the Ghost Essence from the actual Ghost Boss to my bargain son, Little Thunder Roar, for his use. As for myself and Sword Ghost, we used the level 5 ghost essence. Soon, the system notification sound rang in my ear. Ding dong. Congratulations. Your Ghost Thunder Roar Ghost Army has leveled up. Current level 7. Ding dong. Congratulations. Your level has increased. Current level 7. As expected of a boss template ghost essence. It's truly powerful. A hint of joy flashed in my eyes, and I opened the rankings. At this moment, the level rankings had changed. My B-rank Ghost Slayer sword had ascended to the top spot, and Ghost Slayer Ding was also ranked in 6th place. All 3 of my ghost houses were on the list. Ghost aptitude rankings, my 3 ghosts directly occupied the top 3 positions, far ahead of the rest. They were simply far, far ahead. If this were my previous life, I wouldn't even dare to dream of all this. All of this is due to my left eye, the Samsara Ghost Eye, which I obtained after my rebirth. This ability is unheard of, and so powerful, yet such a great ability was sealed within that secret realm. Countless thoughts arose in my mind. This ghost eye is too mysterious, making me full of curiosity about it. I'll go to that secret realm again when I have the chance later. Perhaps there will be clues about the identity of this ghost eye. Then, I composed myself, preparing to go level up first. To raise Little Thunder Roar's level to level 8, and Sword Ghost's level to level 7. After that, I would go to that little boy who dug up a true spiritual path in the back mountain, and investigate the tomb trap. Taking Sword Ghost, I passed through the small woods and arrived at a dense forest. The light here was relatively dim, with thick leaves blocking the sunlight overhead. The ghosts here were of a higher level, the lowest were level 4 ghosts. Coming here to train was just right. Just as I was about to start grinding, a sound of fighting suddenly came from the forest. A plain-looking woman, tall and slender, was holding a sharp sword and attacking a massive ghost. This ghost had a single horn, was at least 2 meters tall, had sharp fangs, and held a wooden club in its hand. A terrifying aura emanated from its body. It smashed its club onto the ground, instantly creating a deep pit, scattering countless dust and leaves. Snow White Ghost. Use frozen wind to freeze him. The woman shouted to the female ghost, who had snow clinging to her body. The one-horned ghost roared and raised the wooden club in its hand, striking at the cold wind. I saw the frozen wind sweep past the one-horned ghost's body, instantly freezing the one-horned ghost. I was shocked. It was actually an elemental ghost. At this moment, empty string for line 200. As the original line is incomplete and unclear, Reincarnation Ghost Eye activated. A piece of information surfaced in my mind. Name Snow White Ghost. Aptitude. Type Elemental. Level 4. Contract. Equal contract. Loyalty. 80. Ability Freezing Wind. The Snow White Ghost spit from its mouth. A blast of extremely cold wind. Could freeze enemies. As expected, an elemental ghost. This was a relatively rare ghost, and its aptitude was still A grade. It seemed this woman also had a significant opportunity. Otherwise, even a difficult level ghost catching mission wouldn't allow her to obtain one, especially an elemental type ghost with such aptitude. At this moment, the woman saw the frozen horned wild ghost. A smile immediately appeared on her face. She prepared to deliver the final blow. Although she knew this horned wild ghost's aptitude had reached C grade, she didn't want to contract such an ugly ghost. No matter how strong it was, Sis only cares about pretty or ugly. This is just a game. After all, why make things difficult for myself? Right? When I saw this scene, my lips curled slightly upwards. I knew this girl was being careless. The horned wild ghost possessed the boiling blood ability, which perfectly countered the Snow White Ghost's freezing ability. Sure enough, just then, the horned wild ghost suddenly burst forth with a scorching red light. It melted all the ice and snow on its body. The horned wild ghost let out a furious roar. With scorching red light emanating from its body, it raised the wooden club in its hand, and was about to smash it down onto the woman. Not good. This happened too suddenly. The woman had no time to react at all. She watched helplessly as the wooden club of the horned wild ghost, which resembled a red fiend, came smashing down towards her face. It seemed she had already closed her eyes, waiting for death. After all, it was just a game. Ghost sight. Ghost sever slash. Immediately, a deep scar appeared on the ghost's body. Blood splattered everywhere. The horned wild ghost's eyes, wide as copper bells, stared in disbelief at the jerk in front of it. Its massive body heavily crashed into the pool of blood. The woman opened her eyes, looking with shock at the horned wild ghost, which had already turned into black gas and vanished, and at the handsome, cool jerk in front of her. For a moment, she was stunned. She checked the ghost site's information, but I had already set it to privacy mode. She couldn't see the ghost site's information at all. At this, I walked out of the forest. I walked to the horned wild ghost's ghost essence, picked up the ghost essence, and put it back into my system backpack. Thank you for saving me. The woman, whose ID was Bai Shui. She looked at me and thanked me. Don't thank me. I just killed the lowly thing to take its ghost essence. That's all. I originally didn't intend to make a move, but seeing that this player had a decent ghost, it was just a small effort to help. Bai Shui knew he wasn't lying. Her own appearance was ordinary, and she wouldn't be so love-struck as to think he was interested in her. Bai Shui nodded, then curiously asked, Big brother, your ghost is so strong. Its aptitude and level must be quite high, right? However, I didn't answer Bai Shui. Instead, I looked at the snow-white ghost with interest and said, Your ghost isn't simple either, is it? If I'm not mistaken, it should be an elemental-type ghost. Bai Shui was quite generous and directly admitted her ghost's level and aptitude, saying, You guessed right. It's called Snow-White Ghost. Its aptitude is elemental. I couldn't help but look at this woman with a bit more respect. I didn't expect her to tell me her ghost's information so readily. Although I already knew it after the apocalypse broke out, information about ghosts was generally kept secret, because the unknown is what makes enemies wary. In my previous life I was too foolish, too trusting of Lu Ruyan and my good brother. I told them my ghost's information. This was also one of the reasons they dared to conspire to kill me. But then I thought that now, besides myself, no one would expect the apocalypse to descend. Even if I spoke out, I might be directly taken to a mental hospital and locked up. At this, I smiled faintly at Bai Shui, then prepared to continue deeper with Ghost Sight. The ghost levels here were still a bit low. I need to find level 6 or even level 7 ghosts. Big brother. Wait. Bai Shui saw that I was about to leave, and quickly called out to me. Is there something else? I see your strength is quite formidable. I know there's a boss ghost there. Do you want to team up with me to kill this boss? We'll distribute rewards based on contribution. Whoever contributes more gets more of the boss's drops. What do you think? Bai Shui pondered for a moment, then said seriously. How did you find this boss? This boss was something I unexpectedly discovered while doing a hidden quest to contract the Snow-White Ghost. Luckily, I ran fast, or I wouldn't be alive. Bai Shui felt scared just thinking of the boss's ferocious appearance. Alright, then let's team up and go take a look. I casually agreed. Then, I casually sent Bai Shui a team invitation. 6 paths. Big brother. Your nickname is pretty good. Bai Shui accepted the team invitation, and also learned my nickname. I just smiled faintly and said, Let's go. Take me to meet this boss. Bai Shui nodded, then led me in one direction. Following Bai Shui through the forest, we arrived at the foot of a cliff. Above the cliff's summit, dark clouds gathered thickly. Thunder rumbled. From time to time, lightning struck the cliff summit. I checked the game map. I found that the ghost levels here were between 5 and 7. Compared to the ghost levels in the forest, they were a bit higher. I couldn't help but glance at Bai Shui with some curiosity. No wonder she could obtain an A-grade elemental ghost. She actually had to come to a place like this. But this Bai Shui's luck is really too good. She came to such a dangerous place and didn't even die. Big brother. Do you see the top of the cliff? The boss is right there. Bai Shui pointed towards the cliff, saying with a nervous expression. I see the cliff, but I don't see the boss. We'll see it once we go up. Bai Shui waved at Lin Haoran, then she led the way up. I followed closely behind. We immediately arrived at the summit. Thunder roared and lightning flashed. The sound of thunder grew louder. Bai Shui, with her snow-white ghost, and Lin Haoran with his ghost sight, had already reached the summit. Bai Shui's expression was solemn, and she looked nervously at the dark clouds overhead. She spoke, saying, Be careful, it's about to appear. Just as I was about to speak, A sudden piercing shriek rang out from the sky. Big brother! It's here! Bai Shui immediately gripped her long sword and shouted at me with a nervous expression. Just then, a dark shadow appeared in the dark clouds. A giant black bird suddenly burst forth from the dark clouds and lightning. It brought with it terrifying gales and thunder. Human heads instantly sprout. Its entire body was covered in black feathers, and its physique was enormous. With its wings spread, it was at least 5 meters wide. A pair of black eyes gleamed with a violent expression. Yellow lightning crackled around its body. Reincarnation Ghost I activated. A piece of information surfaced in my mind. Name: Thunderbird Human-Headed Ghost. Elite Boss. Aptitude: B grade. Type: Elemental. Level 8. Ability: Thunderstorm. The Thunderbird Human-Headed Ghost could control lightning, unleashing terrifying thunderstorms to crush enemies. Thunderflash. The Thunderbird Human-Headed Ghost uses lightning branches to empower itself, which can increase its speed. This is an elite boss. Damn it. And it's an elemental type ghost. Holy crap. This is an elite boss. I couldn't help but blurt out a national essence curse word. If we can't beat it, we can't beat it. It's just one life anyway. We can revive anyway. Bai Shui said to me with an embarrassed smile. Coco, you don't care, but I'm the server's #1. If I drop one level, others will catch up, and I just found out that being #1 on the leaderboard for a week straight will earn a mysterious system reward. This is also why I'm dominating the leaderboard as #1. Looking at the current situation, it's not that I can't kill you. Blame your bad luck. You ran into me. Come out, little laming. Time to get to work. Behind me a black light flashed. Instantly, a cute little boy appeared, looking cool and calm, in front of me and Bai Shui. It was none other than my ghost son, Bai Chen's laming ghost lord. Wow. What a cute little boy. Bai Shui saw laming ghost lord, who clearly had the appearance of a cute little boy, but his face was completely cold and icy. This huge contrast instantly made Bai Shui's maternal instincts overflow. She was about to hug laming ghost lord. Laming Ghost Lord saw Bai Shui pounce, and his little face instantly flashed with a hint of anger. Immediately, countless raw electric currents surged around him, emitting crackling thunder. Bai Shui quickly stopped in her tracks, looking at little Lei Ming with a surprised expression. Big brother. This little ghost of yours is so cute. Why is he so fierce? What a pity. Bai Shui couldn't help but say to me with a regretful look. Holy crap. Big sister. You've got some nerve. Good thing the game hasn't merged with Earth yet. Otherwise, you might have been struck by little Laming's thunder and died. Never mind. Let's not dwell on it. Little Laming, kill this ugly thing for me. Yes. Father Emperor. The little boy said respectfully to me with a serious expression. Lu Dao big brother. Are you crazy? He's still a child. How can you be so cruel? You're even using child labor. Bai Shui felt a little reluctant to let such a cute child go fight such a fierce, brutal, and ugly elite monster. Little Lei Ming at this moment was slowly walking towards the top of the cliff. His little face was full of seriousness. He looked at the Thunderbird Human-Headed Ghost flying in the air. The Thunderbird Human-Headed Ghost immediately flapped its wings and rapidly swooped down towards Lei Ming Ghost Lord, its sharp talons shimmering with icy cold goosebumps. It's over. It's over. The little cutie is going to be brutally killed. You heartless master. Bai Shui covered her face, unable to bear watching the brutal scene that was about to unfold. But my expression was unusually calm, the corners of my mouth slightly upturned as I said lightly, the show is about to begin.